Hello everyone, welcome to Nubo Creative Tutorials. Today we have a new motion graphics tutorial in our series and I will show you how to create Toy Story animated cartoon title in Adobe After Effects without using any third-party plugins. So create your composition and let's get started. So as you see here, I have this nice blue background in my composition. Just with gradient ramp and curve, you can create this. So let's jump to text tool and type toy. And here I use Comic King's fonts and apply yellow to the fill. And I'm going to add here a blue to the stroke and maybe make the stroke around this width. And here the different operation for stroke. So I'm going to leave this on fill over stroke here and maybe change the tracking here, something like this. And now we need to add animation to the text, and I'm going to use this text preset that I saved from the previous tutorial. So the animation look like this, and if you want to know how to create this, make sure to watch the previous tutorial on how to create this cartoon title animation using expression in Adobe After Effects. So and now we are going to add a second text here. So let's type story, and for this one we are going to make it smaller and get rid of stroke here. And tracking, put that to 0, maybe put it more small, just like this. And what I want to do is applying the same preset to this. So now we just have these, and we want to add the box behind the story here. What we're going to do now is apply a set channel to this. Now let's follow this here. So we have transparency, and on set channels we are going to source layer 4 alpha and change that to full, and basically it's going to fill the text box with a black there. And we're going to apply fast box blur there and just blur that and repeat edges. So we're going to get this box like this, and we're going to put this behind set channels, and we're going to get a solid color here. And now we can apply fill, so maybe that going to leave it on red, and let's preview what's going on now. And as you see, the box is animating as well because we're using the text animation on this. And so let's unsolo this, and this one our text is not there anymore, but we're going to put it back. So here we're going to use CC composite effect, and then our text just come back in front of all behind this. So now our text is animated with the box as you see here. And the cool thing about this, if we change our text to something different, it's going to update automatically to fit right there. As you see, so it's dynamic box. So let's get back to story, and we want to change the box look. So we're going to add transform and put this behind CC composite, so before it. And now we're going to maybe add skew on this and maybe put more height, and maybe change this skew axis and rotate this just a little bit. And here we can change the anchor points right there, and maybe width, we want to make it bigger a little bit. So maybe all these need to put it right there. So let's preview and see how this looks like. Well, we get something like this as you see, and maybe here for toy, we wanted the T to be on top of the O. So what we're going to do, we need to decompose the text here. So we're going to use here decompose text script and just hit decompose. Basically, we can do this manually, just create every letter on its own, and now we can order as we want to. So here, we put things where we want it to be. So now we want it this way, and the animation is still there as you see here. And so maybe now we're just going to, well, let's pre-compose this first, call this toy, and story. Here we have this story, can just order it before, and maybe we need to add here, let's put this a little bit just right there maybe. And so maybe we want to add here shadow on the story. We just need to duplicate, basically Control D, duplicate this and apply drop shadow, and just remove everything else. Delete and apply drop shadow here. So we add a nice drop shadow on this, and basically here you don't need to add CC Composite. So now we just have the box on its own and the text right there. And maybe we can link here text source so we can update our text if we want to. So now if we change that, everything changed together. Maybe if you here we need just a few adjustment here. As you see, so it's looked pretty cool. And so let's get back to our text here, story, and there you go. Put it all like this, and now we want to add some depth to this, so let's pre-compose this as well. And just put everything in composition here. And so now we're going to duplicate this one, and let's rename this to reflection. And so we're going to add masks here. So just right here, we're going to create this mask, Control D to duplicate it, and we're going to just double click here and put this right here. Let's solo to see what's going on. And for the second one, we're going to subtract that. So just have this thing here left, and we're going to change the blending mode to screen. And maybe for the second one, we're going to add some feather. So we have this nice feather on top. So we have this nice reflection there. And so what we're going to do again is adding shadows to this. So we're going to duplicate the main title, and let's rename this shadows, and let's solo this, hit S for scale, and let's unlink the scale X and Y and make it just maybe half of the Y and put it just right there. And we're going to apply drop shadow and shadow only here, and let's add more softness here, and maybe change the opacity as well, maybe add box blur. So let's preview and see how this looks like. So as you see, it looks pretty cool, and animation as well is animated. And maybe now we can add a fake 3D to this. So we're going to duplicate the main title, and let's rename this fake 3D here, and we're going to apply CC radial blur and change the type to fade and zoom, and just the amount, put that to negative maybe 100. You really can't see anything, so we're going to change center to maybe right there, and you see some very cool looking like depth on this. Let's preview this. So as you see, it looked pretty cool, and maybe now we can add some adjustment layer here just to add some nice noise. Maybe put that to 5, getting some nice noise here, and maybe in sharp mask. So we just have that very nice looking, and maybe here for text we can apply here motion blur for this. And so let's see and preview now how this is going to look like. So as you see, things look pretty cool, and this was the tutorial of today. Hope it was very useful for you guys, and if you have any questions, just comment and I will do my best to be responsive. And don't forget to like and subscribe to support me, and stay tuned for more tutorials coming soon, and thank you for watching.